Hello students, let us look at the next property, which is multiplication by t, or frequency differentiation theorem, or frequency differentiation property of Laplace. What it says is that if the Laplace of f of t is capital F of s, that means if you already know that there is a function f of t whose Laplace is f of s, then the Laplace of t f of t, that means t multiplied with f of t, will be basically the differentiation of f of s, that means d by ds of capital F of s. So there is no need to put it in the formula. All you have to do is directly take f of s and differentiate it and put a negative sign in front of it, and you will get what is the Laplace transform of that. And we can keep on doing this again and again, because if you are having t square, that means again if you are multiplying t with t f of t, then what will happen? Then you will have again one more minus differentiation of, so minus of differentiation of d by ds of let me put the bracket properly, okay, d by ds of minus of d by ds of f of s, which actually in a way is minus and minus becomes plus d square ds square of f of s. That means you have to do double differentiation of f of s, and like that we can keep on going for t n raised to power 2 raised to t raised to power n. So like that, but we will keep here, for the case of simplicity, we will keep it to this much, okay, and we'll put that in a box. So now this is the frequency differentiation theorem. Based on it, we can do certain problems. For example, if we want to find, so let me write the question: find the Laplace transform of t sine of at. Okay, so if you get something like this, generally what we'll have to do, we will have to put it in the equation from 0 minus to infinity. If you want to find out the Laplace transform, the equation is this into t sine of at e raised to power minus st dt. This is what is the Laplace equation, but there is no need to do this, because we know that sine at, what is the Laplace transform? We have already found that out, isn't it? Let me keep that. Where is that one? Yeah. So we know sine omega t is basically omega divided by s square plus omega square. So we will, instead of omega, it is a. Correct? So we will use that here. So the Laplace transform of this is basically given by a divided by s square plus a square. Therefore the t, therefore I have to write the property. Therefore, using frequency differentiation property, using the frequency differentiation property, which is basically this one, we can say that t sine of at can be found out by differentiating with respect to s the function a divided by s square plus a square. And here I want to use the differentiation of a function. Okay, if we are having, so the first thing that we do is we multiply. Suppose if we are having differentiation with respect to x of two functions which are in division, then what do? We take the denominator square, and in the numerator we multiply v with d by dx of u minus u d by dx of v. This is the formula. Okay, if we have to differentiate it, so we will use the same formula, we will use it here. Okay, so what do we have? So d by ds of a divided by s square plus a square, it will directly give s square plus a square the whole square multiplied with v, which is s square plus a square, into differentiation of numerator with respect to s. So here it is a differentiated with s will give me 0 minus, and then I am having u is a, and differentiation of with respect to s of the function s square plus a square, which comes out to be, this one will be 0 minus a into, with respect to s, if I am going to differentiate, then I will get 2s plus 0. Okay, it's going to be 2s plus 0 divided by, let me bring it down, okay, divided by s square plus a square the whole square, which comes out to be minus of 2as divided by s square plus a square. Therefore, if we put this equation instead of this much, then we put a negative sign in front of it, because this one was positive. So if I put a negative sign in front of it, this negative will become positive. Therefore, I will be able to write t sine of at. If I am going to take the Laplace transform, I will get 2as divided by s square plus a square. Okay, so this is how we will use the frequency differentiation property for calculating whenever we are having any function multiplied with t. So again, this is called as frequency differentiation because we are differentiating in the frequency domain. See, we are having two domains here. One is the time domain, which is f of t. Why we call it time domain? Because it's dependent on t. And the second is called as the frequency domain. Now, frequency domain, we should have named it as f, but we are naming it as capital F of s, where actually s stands for stability. Okay, but you will not understand this, why we are calling it, or why we take Laplace for the stability analysis, unless you study stability in control system, so which is right now not our major topic. So we will consider the s here as frequency, because originally s is considered to be j omega plus sigma, or sigma plus j omega, real portion plus the imaginary portion. So s is like a plane. Okay, this is called as the s plane, which has two axes. One is the sigma axis, which is the real axis, and the other one is the j omega axis. So s is any value on this particular plane. Now, what is all this, you will understand in another module, which I will not discuss now because I don't want you to confuse. So why is it called as frequency differentiation? Because we are differentiating it in the frequency domain. Okay, so this is one of the next property, which actually we should write it. So the property after frequency shifting property, the next property that I will write is the frequency differentiation property, frequency differentiation property, which basically says that t f of t is going to give you minus d by ds of capital F of s. Okay, so this is the property. Next we will have to look at the frequency integration property. Also, I would like to put the result of t sin at as 2as by s square plus a square in this list, but that is, again, if you want to do it you may do it, otherwise there is no need, you can do it as a problem anytime. Okay, so next we will go to the next property, and the next property is basically division by t, or what is called famously as frequency integration theorem. Frequency integration theorem or property. What does it say? It basically talks about what will happen if you are having a function divided by t. Okay, so if suppose you are having a function f of t, so I will write if f of t has a Laplace transform of f of s. If f of t has a Laplace transform of f of s, then we can say that the Laplace transform of f of t divided by t, the Laplace transform of f of t divided by t will be given by integrating f of s ds from s up to infinity. Remember here, no, it's not 0, it is from s up to infinity. Okay, why I am not putting it as 0? Because if I am going to put it as 0, what is going to happen finally is the f of s will totally vanish off. I mean the s value will totally go out of this, the integration value, and we will have some number. That's not going to be the answer. Remember this one very carefully, that the lower limit is always s. Okay, so based on that, let us look at one problem. Okay, example, find the Laplace transform of 1 minus e raised to power minus t divided by t. Okay, so how do I solve this? I can basically write, we know that Laplace transform of 1 is going to be, see here, find the Laplace transform of this automatically means for t greater than 0. Okay, it is like in some textbooks it might be written, in the examination it might come like this, that for t greater than 0. Even if it is not written t greater than 0, you have to assume that it is for only t greater than 0, because your syllabus is basically dealing with t greater than 0. So when I am saying 1, it means that 1 from, when I am saying this 1 is for t greater than 0, which is basically u of t only. Okay, so I will write for t greater than 0 is same as Laplace of u of t, which comes out to be 1 by s, and the Laplace of e raised to power minus t, we have already seen it, e raised to power plus minus at, e raised to power plus minus at, the answer is 1 divided by s minus plus a. So we have to invert the symbol, so it is going to be 1 divided by s. Instead of minus, it will be plus, sorry. So 1 divided by s plus a here is 1. Therefore I can say that therefore 1 minus e raised to power minus t, if I am trying to take the Laplace transform of, I will get the answer as 1 divided by s minus, okay, why? Because there is a minus in between, yeah. So minus 1 divided by s plus 1. And now if I have to integrate it, that means if I have to take the Laplace of, therefore Laplace of 1 minus e raised to power minus t divided by t, we will find the Laplace by taking the integration of s to infinity of the Laplace of 1 minus e raised to power minus t ds. And what is that? This one is, so again s to infinity, and Laplace we have already found out here, so 1 by s minus 1 by s plus 1. See, I have not joined them together, I have not done the subtraction here. Why? Because when I am doing integration, it is better to keep it separate. Okay, so I will take it down. That gives me s to infinity. I will take it separately for 1 by s minus, sorry, ds minus, let me write it properly, ds minus s to infinity 1 divided by s plus 1 ds, where if I am going to take the integration of this, it is going to be log of s for s to infinity minus log of s plus 1 s to infinity, which both of them are same. I will write them as log of s minus log of s plus 1 s to infinity. I am trying to bring them together. Why? I'll tell you. So this is basically log of s divided by s plus 1. Why? Because we have already studied in logarithmic, we know that log x by log y is basically, sorry, log x by y, not log x by log y, log x by y. Let me write it using a different color. So log x by y is basically log x minus log y. Okay, so using that principle, I have basically joined them together here, and now I can put it, I can put the values of infinity. But see, if I am going to put the value of infinity here, the problem is I will have log of infinity divided by infinity plus 1, which is infinity, and infinity by infinity log you cannot take. So generally what we do is we rearrange it in such a way that we divide the numerator and denominator. So I will write it here. Divide the numerator and denominator. Divide the numerator and denominator by s. So we know that if you are having some a by b, if you divide both a by some c and also b by c, it is same as a by b only. The value will be again a by b only. So it's no problem if we divide the numerator and denominator by s. But what is happening when we divide it? So it comes as log s by s, which comes out to be 1, and s plus 1 divided by the whole divided by s, where s and s, s plus 1 divided by s can be written as s by s plus 1 by s, which is 1 plus 1 by s. So that is what I am going to write here. Why I am going to write here like that is because I will tell you. So it is 1 plus 1 by s. So it is one and the same thing. What I have written here and what I have written here is one and the same thing. The only difference is that here s is coming in, numerator. So what happens is, the good thing that happens is, if I am going to write 1 by s, if I am going to write 1 by s and I am going to put, instead of s, if I am going to put infinity, then I will get 1 by infinity is equal to 0. Isn't it? So based on that, I can very clearly say that this will become log of 1 divided by, so I am going to put infinity, 1 plus 1 by infinity, which is 1 plus 0, which is again 1. 1 by 1 is again going to be 1, so it's as good as writing log of 1. It's as good as writing log of 1 minus, and now I am going to again, put this whole thing as it was previously. So let me write it like this: log 1 divided by 1 plus 1 by s, which again log of 1 we all know is 0. So 0 minus log. See, now I am going to take this back in this form. Whatever is in the bracket, that I am going to write again in this form, because that is what is written here. So if I write it back in that form, then it will become s divided by s plus 1. Therefore 1 minus e raised to power minus t by t, the Laplace transform, is going to be minus of log s divided by s plus 1, or based on log, if I am going to write minus of log x by y, it's as good as writing log y by x. I can take the denominator up and numerator down, so I can write this as log of s plus 1 divided by s. All this is possible in logarithms. Okay, so that is a possible answer. Okay, that is one of the ways of doing it. Similarly, let me do another problem, because I sense that some of you may find it difficult. So let us look for another one of similar problem. Let us take find the Laplace of question. Find the Laplace transform of, let's say, sine ht divided by t. Okay, now we already know that the Laplace of sine, hyperbolic sine, that is sine ht, is basically e raised to power no, not e raised to power. Let me look at the equation. So here sine h I have written. Okay, I have not written here, but once you do the problem, you will get it. Let me do that problem here. Yeah, so it is going to be Laplace of, we know that sine ht can be written as e raised to power t minus e raised to power minus t divided by 2. You have done this in one of the worksheets. So I can write this as Laplace of 1 by 2 Laplace of e raised to power t minus 1 by 2 Laplace of e raised to power minus t, which basically comes out to be 1 by 2. I can take commonly outside, or I can write it as okay, let me take that as commonly outside. So it is going to be 1 by 2 commonly outside. So 1 by 2 I take commonly outside, and now the Laplace of e raised to power t is 1 divided by s minus 1, and this is going to be 1 divided by s plus 1. Okay, if I want, I can do the I can multiply both of them and do all those things, but again, since I have to do integration because it's going to be division with t, therefore using the property of uh, frequency integration, I will write that the Laplace of sine ht divided by t is going to be integrating from s up to infinity. I'll take 1 by 2 outside, 1 by s minus 1 minus 1 by s plus 1 the whole into d of s, which we all know, as I have done previously, it is going to be log s minus 1 minus log of s plus 1, okay, going to s to infinity, which again, as I did previously, I will write this as log of s minus 1 divided by s plus 1 for s to infinity. Again, if I am going to directly substitute infinity, then it's going to be log of infinity by infinity. So what I will do is dividing numerator and denominator by s. So if I am going to divide both of them by s, I will get 1 by 2 log of, okay, log of 1 minus 1 by s divided by 1 plus 1 by s infinity and s, which is 1 by 2. And going by infinity, it is again log 1 by 1, which is log of 1, correct? Log of 1 minus, then I will write it in the original format, but before that I will write it like this: log of 1 minus 1 by s divided by 1 plus 1 by s, which as I again told, whatever is there here I can take it back in this form, okay, by doing what? By multiplying with the numerator and denominator by s. Here I have divided it, I can take it back by going to multiply it, okay, but I will not write this. Therefore I will write here, this is equal to 1 by 2 log of 1 is 0 minus log s minus 1 divided by s plus 1, which you can take the minus sign out in the sense minus sign I can take it inside, and I will write it as log of, now in the numerator it comes s plus 1 divided by s minus 1. Why? Because I have taken out this negative. Clear? So this is another problem of trying to do that. So this was our property, which I will write it now here. This is the frequency integration property. So this I will write it as frequency integration property. Frequency integration property, which as we have done, we will rewrite it as Laplace of f of t divided by t is going to be integration from s up to infinity, the Laplace of f of t, which is f of s ds. Okay, next we will do the seventh property. The seventh property is basically the time differentiation property. Okay, time differentiation property, and then we will have a time integration property, which we will do in the next class. Okay, so thank you.